different because he views Jake Paul as a decent boxer. This is not the first time that someone has come out and said this. We've heard Terrence Bud Crawford come out and say that because of the size difference, Tank won't be able to hurt Jake Paul, and that Jake Paul could probably knock him out with one punch.
Everybody coming together and saying, oh, we're going to watch a freak show. This is what this is. We know what this is. It is absolutely mental, what we're going to watch here.
Floyd Mayweather reportedly caused a major stir at the Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Tank Davis press conference after storming the stage and issuing a direct warning to Jake. What started as a standard promotional event quickly spiraled into chaos, with both camps exchanging heated words and security stepping in to maintain order.
Just showing up. Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna knock him out. You know, he has a lot of flaws in his defense, and I'm gonna expose him. You know, look what a 135 Lamont Roach did to him, and it's just gonna be so much fun for me. I'm so glad that God gave me this moment. I'm Gervonta Tank Davis.
The explosive moment made one thing clear: this fight is far more personal than anyone expected. For weeks, critics have dismissed the Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Davis matchup as nothing more than a publicity stunt, a spectacle dressed up as sport. But not everyone shares that opinion. MMA journalist Ariel Helwani offered a counterpoint, highlighting how MMA fans often celebrate crossover fights as bold, entertaining experiments, while boxing fans tend to criticize similar events as meaningless. Helwani argued that this
generally, I'm sure it'll be a little bit closer, maybe 200 to 150. Like how much bigger can Tank get? Why would that be somewhat celebrated in MMA, but in boxing it isn't? Do you know what I mean, Pizzi? In MMA, like we sort of love the freak shows, but in boxing they don't. Why do you think that is? What does that say about us in MMA?
Well, we're a sick bunch of fucks. There's no doubt about that. But I will say,
you agree, right, or no?
Yeah. Like the idea of the MMA freak show is everybody coming together and saying, "Oh, we're gonna watch a freak show. This is what this is. We know what this is. It is absolutely mental, what we're going to watch here." I think where people get annoyed with Jake is like, you know, he even got me. You know what I mean? This guy is the greatest outrage farmer of all time. I saw his tweet and I was like, reading it, you know what I mean? And I was like, well, this is exactly what he fucking wants me to do. You know, like this is, every time I'm doing this, he's in the game of getting eyeballs and this is ridiculous. As long as, like, you know, why do I like an MMA freak show? Why would I watch Eddie Hall in an MMA fight against Dylan Dennis? I'd be like, this is fucking ridiculous and I have to watch it. That's the way I feel about Jake Paul and Davis. I will watch it. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's all of us getting together to go to the circus for the evening. I think the reason why there's pushback against it when Jake does it is because Jake, and obviously tactfully, is going like, what are you talking about? This guy's a world champion. I took out Mike Tyson. He's a world champion. And then I'm going to take out Canelo and stuff like this. Like he's winding us up. He's not agreeing to the stipulation that we're all agreeing on, which is this is a freak show. This is absolutely mental. As long as we can agree with that, we can all enjoy it collectively.
But do you not think he does agree to that? Do you not think he knows what this is?
No, I do.
Double standard reveals an inconsistency between the two fan bases, suggesting that, while this fight might not represent boxing's most traditional form, it still has undeniable entertainment value and mass appeal. Mayweather, though, didn't mince words when asked about the bout, acknowledging that the Paul brothers have brought new
like I said before, they know what they're doing. Both brothers. Logan as well as Jake, they know what they're doing, so they're doing what they got.
Attention to boxing. He questioned Jake's credibility and readiness. Jake hasn't been tested, Mayweather said firmly. He's never faced a true fighter with elite skill, experience, and ring IQ, someone who represents what real boxing is all about. As the fight date draws near, opinions remain deeply divided. Many boxing purists see this as a step backward for Davis, a champion known for his precision, knockout power, and disciplined career. To them, the matchup feels more like a circus attraction than a legitimate challenge.
I can't believe people think that Tank ain't gonna knock out Jake Paul. Like, bruh, I'm gonna tell you exactly how it's gonna go. Jake Paul will go in that ring thinking he has the upper hand, he has the reach, he has the weight, And he go in there confident. Yeah, he might stun Tank a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you, he gonna underestimate Tank. That's exactly what's about to happen. He's gonna underestimate him and his size, and he gonna get crushed. I think this right here is what's gonna end Jake Paul's boxing career. I think that Jake Paul, when you sit here and think about it, the people he fought, I'm not saying they wasn't real fighters, but they just not no Tank Davis. Buddy, I'm telling you, I don't think this is scripted. I think, yes, this is for money, but I think it's like, hey, at your own cost, go in that ring. Y'all know the weight difference. What's going to happen is what's going to happen at the end of the day. I think Tank really go, drop him. He ain't going to understand. Jake Paul ain't understand how, but he's about to see it. And on some real stuff, I think Tank setting Jake Paul up. Now, I remember when Jake Paul went up against Tyson, he said, you need to fight me. Like, I want to get in the ring with Jake Paul. He disrespected the boxing world by getting in the ring with Tyson and embarrassing him. And, you know, Tank really messed with Tyson. I think he setting him up, bro. Mark my words. I think he like, yeah, come in the ring, boy. We gonna do a friendly, you know what I'm saying? You know, a match or whatever. We gonna get this money. He about to embarrass him November 14th. Just because Jake Paul think the boxing world's sweet. He think it's sweet. He think they about to keep taking it easy on him with these fights. All right, I bet you. How much I want to bet? Tank is setting him up. He's gonna literally do him so bad just to make an example out of.
A distraction from the hard-earned legacy Davis has built. Their frustration isn't just about Jake's YouTube background, but about the idea that a proven fighter like Davis would even entertain such an exhibition. The controversy didn't stop there. Reports recently surfaced claiming that Shocker Stevenson had been sparring with Jake Paul in preparation for the fight. The news triggered immediate backlash, with fans accusing Stevenson of supporting a fight they already viewed as a mockery. But Stevenson remained calm, brushing off the criticism and saying he uses negativity as fuel, a response that showed professionalism and composure beyond the noise. Still, the fact that even
when Turkey was doing all that, like, I don't want no boring Tom and Jerry fights, he came out with a Tom and Jerry hat. And then he fought in a style that is not sustainable for him. And it's not, again, for me, it's not sustainable because fighting like that, if you do that with the wrong one, you'll lose. If you fight how you fight, okay, it's going to be harder to win. But you're putting your own self on the chopping block, trying to appease the crowd or not be Tom and Jerry. It's not sustainable. And even in the Zepeda fight, he got rocked back with a jab and fell into the ropes like that. So you could say I wasn't hurt and all that, but it's still a bad look. It's a bad look. People always talk about Tank, the knee, hair grease thing, but what about Shakur getting rocked into the ropes from a Zepeda jab? Even if you were off balance, you're supposed to be light years ahead of Zepeda skillfully. So to me, that still looks really bad. Like, I watched 50 fights from Floyd Mayweather, and he's fighting way better than Zepeda level. And Canelo and these guys, they're not punching him into the ropes and he's staggering back. The optics of it look bad. So back to it, Shakur, I feel like he's trying so hard to look unbothered, but he always replies to it so you could tell he's bothered. He's like, man, I got him so mad at me. And I personally, I don't prefer that when people do that. Like, for example, Shakur's like, man, I got him tuned in and thanks for the support. Bro, they're not really supporting you. They're all the comments underneath you saying whatever you said about, I get to pick Jake Paul's brain and work with him and all that. Most of them were negative. So you're trying to, like, it's so weird because it reminds me of when I've seen people like celebrities or whatever who they have a
fighters outside the matchup are being pulled into the drama shows just how polarizing this event has become. Discussion around it has shifted away from boxing technique and strategy, leaning instead into social media buzz, viral moments, and controversy. Love it or hate it, there's no denying it. The Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Davis fight has captured global attention and has everyone in the combat sports world talking. That's all for today's update. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more breaking news and fight world coverage.